Huh? Incredible! What does this all mean?
Allow me to explain. I am Chilean, and I am part of the Abyss.
If nothing else, Abyss Odyssey knows how to draw you in. Set in 1890 Santiago, a giant chasm is opened in the middle of town, with all sorts of bizarre and grotesque creatures spilling out. You'll fight birdmen with no arms and elongated beaks, and face a giant manticore with an eye in its mouth. As you plunge deeper into the abyss's randomly generated depths, you'll stumble across curious sights, such as a guitar-strumming red skeleton and a fiddle-playing devil that loves to scheme. All of it is realized with an art style and soundtrack that's simultaneously elegant and unnerving. Yet for as evocative as Abyss Odyssey can be, its gameplay ideas feel largely uneven, making for a game that's worthwhile, but not exceptional. Although it lacks a constant narrative, Abyss Odyssey feeds players hints that slowly unravel the central mystery. As the mysterious swordswoman Catrian are one of 2 unlockable characters, your goal is to reach the bottom of the abyss and slay the warlock that's responsible for Santiago's monster problem. Who the warlock is, your connection to him, and why any of this is happening is uncovered through interactions with townspeople and by collecting pages of the warlock's journal that randomly drop from enemies. Abyss Odyssey does an excellent job of providing just enough information to make you want to know more, but not so much that it loses the inscrutable qualities that make it so alluring in the first place.
I can't believe I volunteered to come down here.
The game's structure resembles that of a roguelike, with the layout of the abyss changing upon every death. Sadly, Abyss Odyssey doesn't go far enough with its randomization. The many levels of the abyss look different from one another, ranging from lush, poisonous jungles to icy wastelands, but they all feel the same. Each consists of narrow, rectangular paths that place treasure and enemies in predictable locations. Many chests are even marked on the minimap, taking away some of the joy of exploration. Secrets usually hide behind breakable walls that house a shopkeeper along with extra money and items, but these locations are so obvious that there's little reward in finding them. Various traps attempt to add some variety and danger, but are usually nothing more than a slight annoyance since they're so easy to avoid. You'll also fight the same types of enemies repeatedly, making treks through the abyss a homogeneous blur. Despite resembling a roguelike in many ways, Abyss Odyssey fails to capture the wonder and fear that's often synonymous with the genre. At least the fighting offers enough depth to remain enjoyable. At the outset, you have one special ability and a range of normal moves, mostly performed by tilting the analog stick a particular direction and attacking. It's a style very similar to Super Smash Bros., where basic execution is relatively simple, but there's plenty for players to dig into. For example, some moves knock enemies backward or up into the air, allowing for follow-up assaults. Players can even parry enemy attacks, which reflects projectiles. The truly advanced can delve into canceling, which makes impressive combos possible. Such complexity is rarely seen in a 2D brawler, and it's great that you can feel yourself getting better in such an appreciable way. Although Catrian is the only character available at the beginning, 2 more can be unlocked after meeting certain requirements. Each character has a distinct feel. There's the slow, brutish attacks of the ghostly monk, or the range and versatility of the ethereal Pincoya. As you progress through the abyss, additional special abilities will randomly appear that further distinguish each character. By leveling up, you'll earn skill points that modify these abilities in certain ways. It's a tried and true progression system that never gets in the way and provides enough incentive to push forward. The most interesting mechanic in Abyss Odyssey, however, is capturing enemies. As you use special abilities, you'll increase your mana meter. Once that meter is full, you can unleash an attack that will essentially mark a foe. Upon killing it, the enemy will drop its essence, which you can then pick up, allowing you to transform into whatever was just slain, giving you an extra life bar and a whole new arsenal of moves. Experimenting with each and every monster is one of the game's strongest aspects, since all of them feel different from one another.
You're alive! Guess not all magic in this place is evil.
I'm in your debt for bringing me back.
Unfortunately, it also plays into one of the game's biggest shortcomings. Death doesn't feel like enough of a threat. When you die, you'll assume the role of a less capable Chilean infantry unit. If you can reach a special altar, which may or may not be on any given floor, you'll resurrect the character you were just playing as. Dying as a soldier means you're out for good and have to start from the beginning. While this is a fine mechanic on its own, other safety nets provide too much of a cushion. Purchasable tokens instantly revive you at whatever altar they were placed at, skipping the soldier sequence. Additionally, the extra life you gain by capturing monsters, plentiful health potions, and gaining health upon leveling means you never really have to push yourself to survive. As a result, making it to the warlock is far less thrilling and tense than it should be.
Who are you? Friend or foe?
My friend, of course.
Of course, this doesn't apply to competitive multiplayer, where the most skilled players emerge victorious. Sadly, the mode only offers 3 maps and lacks online support, severely limiting its appeal. Co-op can thankfully be played either online or locally, just remember to turn off friendly fire to avoid immense and constant frustration. Abyss Odyssey is the kind of game that initially seems fantastic, but its many issues become increasingly apparent the more time you spend with it. The thought that went into combat prevents the game from falling into mediocrity, but it also never lives up to the potential that's so obviously there.
During a long